allows you to participate. Because we will start in about minutes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Sorry.
Don't you kind of wish that one of these two would be irrational? A rational man and an irrational ego? Just saying. Okay, we're 14 now. So we will get started. So we are doing a review. First question is, which of the following statements is true about a do-while loop? So far, so good. Everyone got it. It's just a matter of how fast you are. So who's in the lead? The purple students, all by the eager canoe, and all
That's probably the only time I'm going to be on the board.
Okay. And the pin numbers at the bottom. You will wait. Too far in the hole. After all, there are fabulous prizes waiting for you. You gotta take the class from Dr. Stephanie to get all the El Cheapo prizes so she gets her summer warehouse distribution stuff. Okay. True or false? The following is valid code. Very fast. Those who said true. What is the direction of the flow in 18? Oops. Cn goes into the variable. That's how you keep those arrows straight in your head. Hello world is going to see out. Some data is going into name, but the arrows are in the wrong direction. So that's how you keep that straight in your head. So the eager canoe is. So what's the best choice for a variable name? I should cost it. Very good. So obviously there are certain symbols that you cannot use. There are symbols that cannot be the first symbol. That takes care of blue and green. And then note that there are spaces in the gold color or yellow color. It looks like gold. So there's only one that actually is legal. So definitely by default would be the best choice. Okay. Yeah, but
I think I got it wrong. I think okay, never mind.
Okay, we are all over the place on this one. Let's take a look. This is called ASCII code 101. It's not that nasty. Sum is equal to 22. Line 1. Line 2, add 1 to sum. Line 3, print out the current value sum, then increment it. So we have 23 being printed out. Line 4, the value sum is no longer 23, it's 24. So it'll be 2, 3, 2, 4. So 3, you got that. Be careful. Trying to see which, yeah, because it looks like most of you thought it was 24, 24. Know carefully where the increment and decrement operators are located. If it's after the variable, which you use the value, then you increment after you use it. If it's before, then you do the increment, then you use. So it should have been 23 followed. This should be. The
42
is still
question.
here because they are still on top. But being nimble helps. Nimble boost is really good. As opposed, well, actually, those geese out there. That way? So, like that. Do they still have the nasty geese?
No, I don't think
No, they're
so.
not biting anymore? Okay. Anyways. Another quiz question. Evaluate the following expression.
I don't remember. Oh, wait. That was green.
Almost everyone got that. Good. 14 divided by 6, integer divided by integer, gives you an integer, so it's just a truncation. 2 point whatever, who cares? It's just 2. 2 modulo 5 is just the remainder of the division, so just a 2. Dude, the eager canoe is on fire. Will anyone catch up to the eager canoe? There's still a lot of questions. Hey, you have a string variable, str. What's its length? Almost everyone got this, and in C++, you invoke the length function on the string object, str. So you get that. Another quiz question. Find and initialize an integer variable. What is correct? Very good. Everyone got that? Switch statements. How well do you know? Almost. It is a laundry list of comparisons against a single value. So whatever is in the parentheses of the switch, that value is compared against each of the laundry list of values listed in case statements. As soon as you see a match, then you start executing from that point forward. So you do not have different variables being checked. It doesn't. Actually, it does technically make the break statement. So that's what I'll have to there's no reason to have a break school, but it will be age friendly. I can show you probably one example, which I didn't get a chance to do, or drawing graphical dice, where I deliberately draw things in such a way that I believe there's no bricks. But that is the oddball situation. Anyways, how we do? Eager to do is still out waiting. Don't catch up. We'll take true or false. We are fast there. Uh-oh. If you have 21.0, that is indicative of an integer number. It is a floating point number. Now, 7 is an integer, but floating points divided by integer results in floating point, so it does not evaluate the integer value. In math class, we say, yeah, that's 3. Is this math or is this computer science? Always keep that in mind. You're looking at these things not from a mathematical standpoint, but how are things going to be represented internally in the computer. So as soon as you see one of the two operands in a mathematical expression being floating points, the other one has to be converted to floating point. And that way you're doing an apples to apples comparison in terms of whatever operation you're doing. Eager GNU is almost 1,000 points. There we go. In fact, I did not write any more prices. True or false? That is the term. It's the nested if statement. If you have one inside another. Almost everyone gets that. The canoe is still kicking butt, flying away from the rest of the pack. Hey, random numbers. How long do you remember? Vast majority did get this correct. Let's review quickly. Rand function will always return an integer value between 0 and rand max, which is a symbolic constant indicating the highest possible value that rand can return. However, we are doing modulo 100. Anytime you do the modulo operation, that returns the remainder of the division. Remember the good old days in 3rd grade when we did long division. You had quotient and remainder. That means you have some number between 0 and 99, but then we add 1 to that. So it makes it between 1 and 400. So most of you got that? Okay. Some code analysis. Okay, we have a fence post error with 6. Let's look at this. So we have I starting at 0. The condition is I less than or equal to 12. And for each iteration, we're incrementing I by 4. So I is 0. Right now 0. Add 4 to it. You now have 4. Is that less than or equal to 12? Yeah. So print that out. We now increment by 4. We get 8. Is 8 less than or equal to 12? Yes, it is. Print it out. Increment by 4. I is now 12. Is 12 less than or equal to 12? Yes. So print it out a fourth time. Add 4. I is now 16. Is 16 less than or equal to 12? So we bail out 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Prints. So always be careful with looking at those conditions. If I were to just get rid of that equal sign in there, and I less than 12, that would have been true. So, now, if I really wanted to be mean, I put a semicolon after the first line. Correct? Would that be a mean one to do? If I have a semicolon at the very end of that first line, I still gets displayed, right? Once. As we just run through that for loop and without find value of I would be 16. And that would be the thing that gets printed. You see why that would be the case if I, essentially I would have a null statement for the body of that form. Which is nasty as hell and can easily happen in the program. Someone gets a little, somebody colon happy and just puts them in at the end of every line. And hilarity ensues. Quick question.
Not just one error.
No.
Or loop it ends.
You can have both. We actually did something similar, albeit with a while for processing a CSR. And we just said, hey, while dereference the pointer to a character and increment it until we can find where the null character is. So that was one of the things that we looked at, and that's perfectly legal. And that actually won't make sense. Unreadable, but it makes sense. Newsflash, a lot of code. People start getting cute. It's unreadable, especially with lawyers. Something to look forward to as a professional, cleaning up other people's codes from 20 years ago. 20 days ago. Anyways, year you knew is still out in the lead, actually increased the leads. And then show one advantage. Oh yeah, one advantage of designing functions that black boxes is that fill in the blank. Yeah, essentially, you know what it's supposed to do, you just don't know how it's being done internally. But as long as you are guaranteed that, hey, if you put these inputs in, I'll give you this output. Everyone else can write using that function. And it's just a matter of waiting till everything gets put together to see does everything work as advertised. But you don't have to wait on something. Okay. How do you terminate a statement in C++?
Question.
Consider I just talking about semicolons. Okay, next one, true or false? Yeah, they are called strings when you have things within double quotes. Okay. True or false?
Wait, no.
Term is nested, just like an if statement. You could say that, yeah, technically it is embedded from a grammatically correct standpoint, but that's not the term we use. True or false? Okay, this one, they're not implemented as string objects. This is stuff that we talked about in chapter 7. It's a string literal. They weren't going to reinvent the wheel because C++ is built on the foundation of C. And they already had string literals. So that means they are implemented as C strings. In other words, somewhere in memory, you got a reference to an array character that technically has no variable. And at the end of that array of characters, there is what? No pointer. No character. So, yeah, this is a nasty question. In a sense, it says, do you know how some of these things are? And that is a valid question that people will ask you to see how well you know the language. But why do we give you nasty ones here? So you don't miss them on the final? Or at least you're being a little bit more cautious sometimes. But most of you got it. That's good. Quiz question. Coding. No one wants to see. Great. Makes me happy. You're paying attention. double quotes here and there can make a large difference. Okay, IO stream,
Input out.
all that gives you is C in and C out functionality. In order to fully use string objects, you do include string, even though more modern versions of C++ have most of string automatically there for the ride, but not for some of the functions that we use. So there's a few functions that in order for us to use them, we have to do the include string. And you never get hurt by doing include string when you're using the string class. The awesome sea lion is roaring back. I don't have much to work with. I can't make fun of the rest of them. Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa. Okay. That's very dated. True or false? true. That the whole purpose of an end of line is to say, I'm done printing on this line. We need to move the cursor down to the next line. True or false? Almost everyone got that. ENDL is the same as the backslash n in terms of functionality. It's just that you don't have to have ENDL within quotes when you use that. So it is the end of line marker. So but you have to use that with CF. Another true or false? The other ways of doing white space, the most obvious one would be space. You actually have a word there. And then also theoretically vertical tab, which is rarely seen, but back in the days of things going through the printer, you might do a vertical tab in order to move up several lines at once. And then technically the midline is also white space because that moves down to the next line. Okay, so right now either GNU and also Simline have roughly the same differential points for the simple notes. See what happens with true or false functions. Single quote is used to denote what? Double quote is used to denote what? Is it possible to have single quote more than one character single quote to represent a character? Simplest one would be backslash n in terms of things you know. There'd be a few others in terms of backslashing, in terms of you could specify in octo or hexadecimal a specific character that is not easily obtained on your keyboard as well. So whatever gets interpreted as a character used to that backslash is the key to having multiple characters representing the same character. So that's it. Yeah. True or false? It is true. Because you have an initialization field, a test field, and an update field. At the worst possible hacking, you can leave the first field blank and the last field blank, and just leave the test field. Now, why you would want to do that is beyond me, but there is a duality between while and for that we actually said this is how we would write a for loop using a while loop, and we saw before entering the while we had the initialization, and after the real body of the while we had as the final stage the update. So you can go back and forth if so desired. True or false? nest anything you want inside anything you want. So yeah, if it makes sense for the problem, why not? So, it's a simple example would be while I have yet another bunch of assignments to total, go through each of those assignments, total them up, and calculate that. Be one way to do it. I'd be processing a two-dimensional way. Other quiz question. Coding. It is 30. For the one who said nothing, no output displayed, we do have to see it. And that sum, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
Something I, oops, okay, that's my bad. Something that. Okay, so everyone got screwed. Sorry. That is supposed to be 30. I think something got misclicked in the, it's very easy to misclick on this. My apologies. I will fix it. Not that that's it. Oh, wait, okay. No, it is. It should be, okay, my mistake. Nothing gets displayed, that is the correct answer. Oh, yeah. Because I started to go a little bit too heavy.
J plus equal. Yeah.
J plus 2.
Doesn't do anything.
I was getting so wrapped up in the game that, oh yeah,
Doesn't need to be J plus.
no, it'd be J equals J plus 2. Or J plus equals 2. In other words, you have an infinite loop because J is infinite. So J always stays 0. And never goes out of 0. I never know that. I was just saying, oh yeah, you got it. That one person didn't get it right. No, that one person did get it right. So, I have to remember sometimes if there's trick questions, I triple something. So, does everyone see what happened? J starts at 0. Is J less than 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so sum plus equals J. Okay. J plus 2 is the output.
You can change.
There's no assignment. So J stays at 0. Is 0 less than or equal to? So we just spin our wheels, never exiting. Nasty. Okay. So one person got it. Was it the person we're thinking it is?
No.
It wasn't the canoe. So 6 people lost their answer streak of 8. I think one person lost their answer streak of 25. As well. So, sorry. Now that I got it. Stepwise refinement. What's the definition? Almost everyone got that. We are trying to break problems down. That was kind of why did we learn about functions in the first place? A couple of reasons. One of them was if we can break problems down into component parts, it makes our life easier because then we can just test these components. and ideally small enough that it can be reused. Like the example of, do we really want to write the code for calculating the square root of each of those numbers? That's right. Okay, next one. Function prototype. Okay, this one should have been pretty fast to get because if it returns a value,
It's not
then
void.
red and green get eliminated right away because they're void functions, which means they return nothing. The gold doesn't have anything being returned, so it kind of leaves blue. They just have to double check that everything's correct there. We do have two parameters to test. Does it matter length being first or not? This is a calc area. We might have to worry about that depending on what things you're trying to calculate, but generally it should matter, but we need to go in documentation. And length is the first one. So, okay. Vectors. Range of index values.
Void.
Correct. It's no different than range of indexes or an array. You always start at 0. If you have a size of n, the last index value will always be n minus 1. So, almost everyone got that? True or false? Okay, vectors and arrays have to be sequential. So they can't have L and 0 here, L and 1 here, L and 0. You have them all together, so they're sequential. We'll get about 10 minutes to get through this. When you say you have an array being passed, you're using array notation, right? So only for vectors. It already knows that A, you are referencing, therefore you're already passing vectors. So there's no need for the answer. Mainline arguments. How do you get them? Okay, this was a very relatively new topic done earlier this week. So, in order to do that, you are saying that, hey, main, I have some stuff for you from the command line. How many I have, and here is the array of pointer to characters, which we drew out the other day. Here's this line, here's this line, here's this line. So it should be the gold one. And the reason why the blue one doesn't work is you're just saying a single character and not an array of pointers to characters. So that was a little bit deceiving because you saw the RGB. New is old. Okay, array pointer duality law. And there's Charlie Dog. It is the gold one. Let's bring back Charlie. As I told you, bring Charlie. He is a lot of different breeds. One thing's pointers. There it is. I'll have to look it up for a brochure. But A is an address, which means essentially a pointer. N is an integer, so you use pointer arithmetic. N is incremented. I should say N gets multiplied by a size of whatever it is, added to A, and then you're saying dereference. So I want the element at this location, just like A bracket N, to say I want the information at that location. So ampersand, that says address of, which makes no sense in that context. Address of A, well, that doesn't make any sense either in that. And dereferencing A, that actually would work, and they just get A sub 0 and adding the value mentioned. So that would not get what we're trying to do. So most of you got. Okay. We need to move forward. We're missing the double quotes in the article. Double quotes are there, but it's in the question. So double quotes have to be when you pass the parameter, you're saying this is the model as a whole. That's the double quotes. So we looked at structs Wednesday. False, there were no function growth instructions. They're all almost there. Pointer notation is faster, as we showed the whole time. And we explained why. Fewer calculations have to be done in order to get the address of where something is located.
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh man. Great. I was doing this last night. How did that happen? Well, okay, you know what the answer is supposed to be. There's your bonus points. So I'm gonna have to fix that one. Oh, I know why. Because I was trying to, because it went from 4 to 3 and somehow I pressed something. Oh, okay, they're all correct. I should have proved this. I did not have time last night. Okay. Find the missing code. You're looking for the null character, which is \0. So as long as it is not, while you have not yet found the null character, go to the next character. So in this case, we're just incrementing a len, and it says, okay, next one, next one, next one, next one. And what sheet did get that? It's not the new one. Okay, well, we have 10 to fix this. True or false? As mentioned earlier, you don't necessarily have to have a break with a case. It'd just be a fault. You better know what you're doing if you're doing it. I think I got just enough time. So here's an example. False is you get the memory, but you also get what's currently in that memory as well. So your guess is as good as mine. What's in there? So you always have to, when C++, initialize whatever memory you get. Rocky, go up. Whoa, Rocky have enough time to. I don't think so. -4. We're briefly go over this. You got 3. So they have 3 minus 2 times 3, so 3 minus 6 gives you -3. Decrement -3 gives you -4. It is the Y. Very quickly. Pointer initially goes to element 0, but then you're doing pointer arithmetic. And say add 3, so it goes up to the O. But we overwrite element 3 with the Y, so it's now pointing at that Y. So we are out of time, but we have one more question. I think we're good. Please hit this right. Trying to end on a positive note here.
Hey.